Luis Garcia setting the tone on the mound for the Astros as soon as the game began. And the rest of the staff, the bullpen, has followed through. The pitch to Bogaerts is a called strike. For the Red Sox, a team that did not clinch a playoff spot until the last day of the regular season. They won the wild card game against the Yankees and then took out Tampa Bay in the division series. But time is running out on them right now. The 0-1. And a swing and a fly ball to left field. Michael Brantley is there, and the Houston Astros are going to the World Series. They win the final 3 games of this series, coming back from a 2-1 deficit. They win it in 6. And for the 3rd time in the last 5 years, the Astros are heading to the World Series.
Dan, it was really the youth movement of the Houston Astros, from Yordan Alvarez with the bat to what Luis Garcia was able to do tonight. You continue to see how this team has been able to evolve, but it was the youth and the pitching that came through for them.
And did it without their ace, Lance McCullers Jr., right? Other guys had to fill in, do what they could.
How about Dusty Baker?
Yeah. You got to feel good for him. I mean, he's got as much baseball coursing through his veins as anybody in the game, and he's been waiting almost 20 years to feel what he's feeling right now.
And a lot of people around the country, and this is real, they don't like the Houston Astros for what had happened a couple of years ago. You could say the most hated team in the game, but when you have a manager like Dusty Baker, you can't help but root for Dusty in this Astros uniform.
Yeah. Won one World Series as a player, has managed in one but didn't win it. That was with the Giants. And boy, wouldn't he love that. And again, as cool a cat as there is in the game. But I could imagine he's going to have some pretty emotional, thoughtful, memorable things to say, Eddie, after this game tonight.
Just think about before this season even started, you know, we all lost Hank Aaron. And that is one man that took Dusty Baker under his wing, taught him the game on and off the field when he was a teammate of his in Atlanta before getting traded to the Dodgers. And I guarantee you the first person that Dusty's thinking about, most likely, is hammering Hank.
And how about the situation he inherited? You talked about it, you know, the cheating scandal for the Astros, and nobody could have done a better job the last couple of years dealing with that than Dusty. Let's go down to the field now, a guy who the Red Sox literally couldn't get out tonight. Yordan Alvarez is with Marley Rivera.
Jordan, primero que nada, estás viendo la pelota increíblemente. ¿Cómo se siente estar de esta manera? Jordan, first of all, you're seeing the ball incredibly. You're so locked in. What is it like to be like this during the ALCS?
No, increíble. Creo que estaba yendo al home. Estaba súper enfocado. Solamente quería hacer daño y nada. Creo que salió el resultado.
For me, Jordan is telling me that it was all about the focus. And that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to do damage, and that's exactly what happened. Jordan, ¿tú crees que el equipo demostró algo? Ustedes han pasado por muchas cosas. Tú el año pasado estuviste lesionado. Ustedes probaron algo en el día de hoy. Do you believe that the Astros have proven something by the performance you had against a team like the Red Sox?
Ya, claro. Creo que la gente siempre va a tener algo de qué hablar, pero creo que aquí estamos dando, como decimos una frase en español, dando galletas sin mano. Creo que cada uno de los que estamos en este equipo se merece respeto.
Everyone in this team deserves the respect, and we are showing right here that we are the best team, and that's it. Of course, we have proven who we are, particularly beating the Red Sox the way we did. Y Jordan, tú el año pasado no jugaste con las lesiones. ¿Qué se siente haber contribuido y tener una temporada de casi MVP en esta serie? Jordan, you didn't play last year. You've gone through knee surgeries. You had your first baby. What is it like to have a performance that puts you in the MVP conversation?
No, fue algo duro. Creo que cuando tomé la decisión de de hacer la operación, creo que me despedí de los muchachos, pero bueno, cuando ellos llegaron a playoff siempre estuve en contacto con ellos. No pude aportar en el terreno, pero bueno, gracias a Dios este año estoy saludable y estoy haciendo el trabajo.
It was really hard for me to be out last year, but I was there for my teammates, and I'm just glad that I'm here to show up and send the Astros to the World Series. Gracias, Jordan, y felicidades.
Yeah.
As did an outstanding job by Yordan Alvarez in this series, and a phenomenal job by Luis Garcia tonight, the starting pitcher, and he's now with the Marlins.
Well, Luis wants to try a little English first, so I love it. Luis, first of all, you made a lot of changes. Hiciste un montón de cambios. What were they and why? What did you do?
I did a adjustment in my right leg. I think it was the biggest thing for today. I think it was
you changed what?
Something in my right leg.
In your right leg? You were using your right leg? What was it, like standing a little bit better? Just like balance? What was it?
I was trying to get more balance on it and go forward.
So that's why it's important to you. And also your velocity today. What was that? I've never seen you hit 97, 98. The fastest pitches you've thrown as a pitcher. A little emotion?
Yeah, I know I can throw that high.
Yeah?
And I just need to feel really 100%. And do my mechanic really good, and I'll be there.
And Luis, how important was it for the Astros to show who you guys are today? We know what's out there. They call you guys cheaters. They say all these things. What did the Astros prove today by beating a team like the Red Sox?
Yeah, we don't believe in that. We just try to be focused and play the game. That was our mentality.
Yeah.
I think rookie guys like Framber, me, Christian Javier, we was trying to do our job, and I think it was good.
And one last thing, tell me about Jordan Alvarez. I mean,
he's a GOAT. He's the best. Oh my God, yeah.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
An MVP-like performance.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Felicidades. Congratulations.
Gracias.
Finally, thank you very much. He was the GOAT in this series. If he doesn't win the MVP, there'll have to be an investigation. But Luis we had a vote. We voted for him, full disclosure. But Luis Garcia, and he mentioned Framber Valdez, and he mentioned Christian Javier. You talked about it. Those young arms, they were so good.
They really were. And they, what Christian Javier did in the game that he came in, saved their bullpen. And we cannot forget, we saw what Framber Valdez did in Game 5. We saw what Luis Garcia did here tonight. But it was that bullpen that ended up winning Game 4 and put them in a position to succeed. And then when Framber Valdez came in, took care of business for 8 innings, that's when that tide completely turned.
Yeah.
And let's not forget something. We're talking about these young guys. This is a team that has Verlander that did not pitch this year, has McCullers that wasn't able to pitch in the ALCS, and they continue to go to that youth movement.
Yeah.
And with a 24-year-old that missed the entire season last year with 2 pretty darn good knees, I'm telling you right now, it's a dangerous team, a team with a chip on their shoulders, especially with the veteran guys that want to do well.
The Red Sox scored 25 runs in the first 3 games of the series. They scored 3 runs in the last 3 games of the series. You got to tip your cap to the Astros pitching and how they rebounded, and a great point by you on Javier. He might have saved the whole season with what he did in the middle innings of Game 4, and then Valdez and Garcia just were, they weren't good. They were phenomenal in Games 5 and 6.
They really were. They set the tone, and it was the fastball command. We did not see that out of Luis Garcia in the first game. No fastball command, but in this game, he dominated with the 97, 98 mile per hour, and it's time to take down to Marley and Jose Altuve.
Jose, first of all, congratulations. Can you talk to me about Luis Garcia's performance today? Your countryman from Venezuela, really shoving it.
No, I'm really happy for him because he's not only a great player, he's a great person, and he works hard every single day. He just talks about winning. He just wants to help the team. And what can I say? We saw it today. He struck a couple guys out. He pitched 5 2/3 that we really needed from him. He made it happen, and happy for him.
And what can you say about Jordan Alvarez and the performance that he's had, putting himself in that MVP conversation today?
He is the MVP. He's just waiting to get the trophy.
Why do you think he's the MVP today?
Because, we got a lot of MVPs, but, he showed up tonight, scored some runs for us, drove some runs for us, too. Last game, too, he got like 3 RBIs, so I think he is.
And one last thing, Jose. Did you guys prove something today? Did the Astros say we proved something again, beating a team as good as the Boston Red Sox?
I don't know. You tell me.
I think you did, but I want to know if you think so.
If you think we did, we did.
Thank you, Jose.
Marley, thank you very much. Jose Altuve now making his way over to the podium. Yordan Alvarez, we believe, is about to be given the MVP award, and deservedly so. And the Houston Astros are going to the World Series. And again, Eddie, a couple of days to reset and rest Dusty Baker and Brent Strom. They can sort out their pitching a little bit, and they can watch the Braves and Dodgers beat each other up for another game, maybe two.
Wow, they're in a really good position. Then they have to decide of what they're going to do with the roster. They're going to be playing National League teams, and it depends. If it's the Dodgers, it starts out in L.A. If it's Atlanta, it starts out here in Houston. That will take into account what Dusty Baker does and James Cook, what they do with their roster. Most likely, you'll end up getting like a Marwin Gonzalez added to the roster because he's a middle infielder with double switches in National League teams. These are all the small things that you have to evaluate when you're a manager, when you're a general manager, who your personnel is going to be.
And in the National League Park, it's a great point. Alvarez is their primary DH. You put him in left, what do you do with Michael Brantley? I mean, these are hard decisions, but this speaks to the depth of what the Astros have. And you know what? We'll talk about it on Tuesday. Go home, do some laundry, and I'll see you on Tuesday.
I'll see you on Tuesday.
Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio is brought to you by the Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards Credit Card. Earn 3% cash back on online shopping. Copyright 2021, Bank of America Corporation. Again, the final from Minute Maid Park, where they are still celebrating and will be for a while. The Astros 5 and the Red Sox nothing, as the Astros are on to the World Series. For Eduardo Perez, our engineer Jack Hicks, our producer Rob Kelly, I'm Dan Shulman, as we send it back to Kevin Winter in the studio with the postgame show.
Gentlemen, a great job. We'll talk with you guys on Tuesday night. You're going to be joined by Jessica Mendoza for coverage of the World Series. And Eduardo is right. If the Atlanta Braves take care of the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League side, it'll be the Houston Astros who will have play host to this World Series in games 1, 2, 6, and 7. If the Dodgers should rally and win, Los Angeles will have home field advantage, and the World Series would start in Chavez Ravine next Tuesday night. Kevin Winter with you. This Cap-Rated broadcast is presented by the Authority, the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Boston. Think about that. Just 2 hits for the Boston Red Sox. In fact, if you want to go back to the...
And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299. All on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money, Straight Talk Wireless.